me some of the principles that you follow on a daily basis that help you thrive and strive to be the best that you can be.
Well, based on a profession, which is barbering, the essential part of this craft is being professional, being punctual, being sanitary. There are things that are necessary in the barbershop now that I am an owner versus being an employee renting a chair or a booth at a barbershop that is not yours. Now being on time is being late. You must be early to prepare the barbershop for that first client and for those to come after him. So now as an owner, I have the responsibility of making sure I get in there nice and early, prep the hot towels, make sure the floor is clean, make sure the garbage has been thrown out, make sure there's napkins in the napkin holder. There's different angles when you become a barbershop owner, and it's a blessing, but at the same time, it can be a curse if you don't fully take upon that responsibility that does not correspond for the employee, but the employer. Now, that keeps me going every morning. That lets me know that I have to schedule my day according to my business, according to my craft. Because if for example, I wake up at 5, 6 in the morning every morning. I go work out at the gym. I know at 8 o'clock the barbershop needs to be open and ready to operate because 97% of the time I have someone already booking an 8 o'clock appointment. And most likely I will not be done cutting until the time we close the barbershop. So it entitles a lot of responsibility, but what good would this be without a challenge, right?
And that's right. And that's with the Booksy app, presumably.
Yes, Booksy has been a blessing. I've been using Booksy since I opened the barbershop. Modern Shave Barbershop has been open for almost 2 years. October 17th, 2017 will be our 2-year anniversary. And that's when I started using the Booksy app. Why? Because I understood the responsibility and the challenge of running a barbershop, and I needed some type of assistance. Now, being an early business, I did not want to pay for an assistant. So Booksy allows your phone to be an assistant for the barbershop, and now we are reaching about 300 clients on Booksy, and it's been a blessing to Modern Shave Barbershop.
Okay. And where was you before Modern Shave Barbershop? Tell me about the type of shop that you was working in before.
Okay. I was cutting here at All-Star Cuts Barbershop, 254 Meriden Road in Waterbury, Connecticut. And it was a shop where I learned a lot. I learned a lot of things to do, a lot of things not to do. A shop where I started practicing what I now live as an owner. I used to open the shop the majority of the times. I used to get in there early, attend the early clients, and I had a fixed time of going in and leaving. I had a lot of structure, and it was something that the shop was lacking at the time, but with my influence in that barbershop for almost 5 years, it started rubbing off on the other barbers. But there's moments and times and places in your life where you can only grow so much. So, well, I guess it was almost destiny, I would say, right? That you work for so many years at someone else's barbershop, and there's certain things that are so embedded, so deeply embedded in the foundation that even if you don't like them or don't approve or don't practice them, you have to realize that you cannot take them out of that barbershop or salon without uprising the foundation. So it led me in the midst of a crossroads to make the decision of keeping up with it, dealing with it, or taking that task of opening my own barbershop. And here we are today.
Okay, it sounds like your shop is completely ship shape, which could only tell me that you can identify and you see a lot of mistakes in the average or typical barbershop. Tell me some of those mistakes that you identified and what you feel that the barbering industry or shops on the whole should be doing about that to make their business and their sales thrive.
First and foremost, it has to start with the shop being open. And that is the first problem. There are days where the client can arrive at 10 o'clock in the morning when the sign says it's open at 10, but no one shows up till noon. But there's the next day where that person could arrive at 10 a.m. and there will be somebody that day at 10 a.m. And the following day, they'll show up at 10 a.m. and no one will show up till 11 o'clock in the morning. The inconsistency in something so basic as opening your barbershop at the same time that your sign advertises it to be open. We have to start there. The shop has to be open at the time that the sign says every day, not just 1 week, not just 1 day. We have to build a consistency. And myself speaking as an owner, like I said, and I repeat my words, that responsibility is ours. Now, we can't expect the employee to fix certain issues that correspond to the owner. Having the shop open at a consistent time, at a time which is advertised, to build that structure within the clients that know if I go to the barbershop at 10 a.m., it's gonna be open. And if I go and try to set up an appointment for 10 a.m., I will not be disappointed knowing that no one has shown up and I have lost my appointment. So we have to start there. Now there's other inconsistencies. We see a lot of lack of professionalism, a lack of attire. We see that barbers show up in flip-flops and sweatpants or basketball shorts and think it's okay to deal with people's hair, to deal with people's skin, to deal with people's scalp. And to me, it's a really bad presentation of what we are. If you study barbering, you see we were some of the most dapper people ever. You see photos from barbershops from the 1920s, 1930s. There were guys dressed up in a dress shirt with the ties, and that's how I wanted to approach modern shave barbershop. I wanted to bring that old feeling back. I wanted to bring that which was a standard, which now is rare, and it shouldn't be that way. What we do at the Modern Shave Barbershop shouldn't be something that gives a wow factor. It should be the norm. It should be the standard. It should be what everybody's doing. Yes, we have our urban barbershops. Yes, we have our more classic barbershops, but there are principles that shouldn't be negotiated, that shouldn't be missing in a barbershop, whether it's urban or whether it's classic. It's the foundation that we need to teach this new generation, which we see today in events like the Irish Barber Expo. We see that there's a lot of people that are leaving their jobs, their 9-to-5s, their companies to start barbering, but we have to lead them the right way. And I believe that if we start taking upon ourselves that responsibility, this new generation that's arising in the industry is going to start doing things the right way from the beginning.
You say the new generation. How old are you?
I am 27 years old. I have a lot of gray hair, but I'm only 27 years old.
You speak about the new generation like you're 45 or 50 or so.
And the thing is that I grew up in the first barbershop where I started working at the age of 15. The next youngest guy was the age that I have now, 27, 28 years old. The rest could have possibly been my dad. They had the age for it. So being around that generation, being around the older men, showed me how to take upon myself values that you only learn with the passing of time. But I believe that if you surround yourself with people that have experience, people that have committed mistakes, people that have messed up in the past but have learned from their mistakes through the passing of time, us, younger ones should learn from that and not trip over the same rock that they have tripped over.
True words. And tell me about the experience of walking into the Modern Shave Barbershop. What kind of styles is it you specialize in? What experience can the customer expect from you that they're not going to get from the next guy?
Well, when you walk into the Modern Shave, 9 times out of 10, it is because you have booked an appointment through the Booksy app. Now, when you arrive at the Modern Shave, the first thing you will notice is a structured environment. There's no obscene music playing. There's just smooth jazz instrumentals playing. There's a nice aroma in the barbershop. It smells nice and clean. You'll walk in, you won't hear people hooting and hollering. You will see presentable barbers ready to attend you. You will get in the chair on time, the same time you booked for your haircut. You will get in the chair at that time, and you will see the area, number one, of the barber nice and clean. You will see the tools nice and sanitized. And you will walk out with one of the best haircuts of your life. You will experience a hot towel with every haircut. You will be serviced with the best organic, and I repeat, organic products. Yes, they're a little expensive, but it's what separates us from the rest. Knowing that nowadays not taking shots at any companies, but there's a lot of products that are out on the market that are saturated. They don't have the best products or made with the best things. But yes, there are brands that are producing great products, great for your skin, great for men who actually care about taking care of the skin. That's why at the Modern Shave, we not only cut hair, we specialize in all types of haircuts, but it is not our only approach. We like to service skin and scalp. We like to do dermal therapy scrubs. We like to do skin detox facials. And that comes from a knowledge that I've acquired from Todd Bernard at iCut Pro. Being part of the iCut Pro fraternity has allowed me to introduce that system that has worked for him. Speaking of Todd Bernard, for so many years, it has allowed me to carry out the same type of system, and I've seen amazing results, not only in the response from my clients, but also in the difference in income that those extra services have produced in my personal life. We also offer waxing services. We have different services for different people, and we service women, we service men. We understand that limiting your services limits your money, and nobody wants to limit their money.
Okay, so it's fair to say that the iCut Pro system has conditioned your mind to think the way that you think.
100%. See, taking this course at iCut Pro, even with 10 plus years of experience, made me feel like a new student, made me feel like a person who never picked up a pair of clippers. And I believe that it's that type of challenge that we all need to work on our weaknesses. See, a lot of people like to have strong suits and only stay in their comfort zone. But when you step out of that boundary and you start realizing that maybe your scissor game isn't the best, maybe you don't know how to part hair properly, maybe you do not know how to talk to a client the right way. Whatever the case may be, when you start focusing on your weak points, you become a better overall barber. You become a better overall person in order to service to the best of your ability. And definitely iCut Pro has been a blessing, not only in my life, but in the Modern Shave. And we have seen a great response. The clients they're enthusiastic. They see new products on the shelves. They see great products for their hair. They see great products for their scalp, and they're excited. We just brought into the barber shop a dozen of Todd Bernard's It's Butter. It's a leave-in conditioner, a mixture of mango extract with olive oil, and in 2 days we sold the whole dozen. It's nice to know that your clients believe and trust what you have to offer them, and they know that you're not only selling a product just to take extra money out of their pocket. It's a product that they know is going to be full of quality, and it's going to fulfill that need that they have, whether skin, scalp, or hair.
Okay, so it's fair to say that this iCut Pro system or course is like a Bible for any barber that wants to excel and offer their customers the very, very best service. And where can barbers find this system, and how do you subscribe or buy it?
Well, there's a new website that I encourage everybody, whether you're a new barber or a barber that's been cutting for 15, 20, 25 years. It's icutproacademy.com, www.icutproacademy.com. It's a monthly subscription to this website where Todd Bernard openly, no matter if you're over here in the UK or in Europe or in Africa or Asia or in the United States, if you are interested and cannot make it to New York, where the iCut Pro system was birthed over there at the Haircut Pro in Mount Vernon, New York, then you can subscribe to a monthly subscription at www.icutproacademy.com, and you could experience the iCut Pro system firsthand.
Okay, perfect. So, Leroy, thank you very much. As much as I would love to continue with this interview, I need to jump on the plane. Like I said, after talking to you outside, I just had to grab this interview. So, thank you very much, and I wish you every success.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Larry.
You're very welcome.